Hello, greetings. Okay, we're going to do, well, I'm not sure about tonight, but over time we're going to do predictions between now and the rest of the year. Very into the new year, probably. It'll come here and there. So obviously everything changes over time. So it's a nice, see what different beings have to say. As for the angels doing their own predictions, possibly might do that. I don't think they're big on that, but you never know. I don't think they're big on that. Okay, I'm getting no. So anyway, it's all. Either way, it's a human thing, but it helps us evolve. Or maybe it doesn't. So anyway, either way. Alright, much love, blessings, and here we go. Greetings. You can call me Kyle. I'm with the Lyran race. The human Lyrans. We look a lot like you, if you want to know an example. We figure that might help you to connect to our energies, as we are from Lyra. And our predictions of your Earth excitement. And there is much excitement here, isn't there? Guidance here, not always the best, but excitement always, no matter what. Negative, positive is always excitement now, isn't it? Some might feel a dull life, but there's not enough excitement in the world. Some rather be dull than. Some excitement is a little bit too much for most, but anyway. As for your economy, we do see it improving greatly in your next year. Yes, it will go up and down, but I do see many will find prosperity. Also, we do see it as the alien energies, the silver palladium becoming more popular in your society as it more become channeled. Your insectoids, your reptilians, all species, understand, so many more that either way. Many are going to be connecting to your society even more through channels, through healing. You'd be surprised, mostly through healing. Because many are still not ready for the channeling connection yet. Some are. Most aren't. Not important. The healing is very important. That's all important. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this time. But for the most part, as for your ascension process, unfortunately, yes, there's negativity throughout your political systems, but we do see a shift of more positive, slowly moving in a degree better than it was this year. Yes, it takes much effort within the human race to let go of your differences, love thyself and thy others, which is very hard to do. The complexity of your television and what it tells you what to do and how to act is causing much to... You understand your television I imagine you're aware of this, tells you how to be a human. You realize this? I believe you do. You turn on the tube, and it tells you what it's like to be a human. You're going to be like, and I understand you have many actors, so you have to choose what actor you want to be. If it could be in your non-fiction television, it does not matter. But you choose what kind of person you want to be. Of course, you have family members of that, but also remember they've been chosen. They found actors on their world also. Understand what's going on as for your television is, yes, it's a programmer, and it's programming you quite well. In some way, it does not program you well. Many become very depressed. It's because the programming does not go with you very well. It's like, I don't know what to do on this planet. None of this means anything to me. I believe many of you can relate to that. I know this is galactic predictions, but anyway, it does not matter. One moment. Would you see your science? I believe it has been mentioned. But to say, I do not know. I will say it anyway. I do not know if other beings have mentioned. One moment. It does not. It does not matter. Yes, it is. Well, okay, I cannot talk about that. One moment. Now I feel better. One moment. Yes, what we said is enough for your site. Yes, it's without yes, it's going to be the shortest predictions that we are allowed to deploy into your society. Many do wish for predictions, but understand we are not here to predict. Of course, we do see the future, but we cannot relay that information to you. We can tell you little things here and there that might not make any sense, such as the timelines on your world. We see many go into more of a positive timeline. And those that have used to negative timelines on your past, those that have alcoholism, drugs, we see many of them being finally convinced to add some positivity to their life. So we do see that. We also see many counselors. You might like this, or maybe, well, either way. Counselors becoming more aware of the alien energies and realizing they're going to have to bone up on their information to understand this, because many of us are connected to this. This might be slow, a future knowledge for your planet, meaning that those that right now this all is rubbish, until many of their patients that are coming to, as you call them patients, that's not the correct word, but either way, that is a strange definition on your planet. As I was saying, one moment. Many of your counselors on your planet will begin to eventually, not to say this will happen next year, but slowly, yes, become more aware of the alien energies, because they realize that many of those that come to them are having episodes and don't understand. And eventually, over time, I believe many of you are understanding where I'm going with all this. As more experienced alien interactions through the spirit form, many of those of the profession of psychiatrists, counselors will have to become more known to the alien energies. Now, some are already aware, of course, but you understand there's different levels of counseling and psychiatry. Some are very open to it, many are not, but those doors are opening up quite well. Where they'll have to explore it eventually. Many keep an open mind and just catalog it in their brain, and many are going to begin to start exploring more of this because it's becoming a frequent message in your society. That is all I have. Goodbye. No, that's not it. One moment. We also see a shift in your sun. Nothing to worry about. But us aliens have much connections with your sun. As for one moment, allowing it to go through a healing process for your planet also. There is hostilities on your sun at this time. We can't go into detail of that. Much of it is Anunnaki related. Not to be worried, but it is Anunnaki related. One moment. We also see that many technologies on their planet is happening right now that many are becoming very depressed because of the technologies on your planet. And it's another way of forcing those, we don't want to put that word out, but either way, give them more reason to connect to themselves through meditation. It's like, I'm sad, I'm unhappy, I don't know what to do with myself. They find meditation, they find answers within themselves. These are just tools as for your technology, but it can't overwhelm one's life. You are aware of that, aren't you? In that process, we do see many would go into the meditative state as for finding happiness and peace within themselves. And just for word for those out there, it's always a good thing to put out there as for meditation. It will cure all, but you have to believe in it and also be comfortable with yourself that understand meditation is another way of connecting to yourself. And many are not ready to connect to themselves because they are used to the negativity and don't understand it because of the pop culture that's been sold to you by different societies. In that way, they're keeping you from you. There's nothing wrong with being entertained, but they've added entertainment on your planet to keep you from finding yourself. But understand it's also a lesson for all of you to go through because it's a great teacher. As for experiencing a world where you are avoiding yourself and creating this other you that's not truly you, meaning that you are, it's a manufactured you by the media. You understand. But of course you do eventually break out of it slowly. Bits and pieces of you finally show up, and many of you of the older age realize that, but still much of it is manufactured because you can be much more than you. This idea of normal is kind of, you understand normal in your world is incorrect. It's your elitist way of normal. Normal on your plan is to keep you connecting from yourself. Because some of you are loud and crazy and there's nothing wrong with that. The more you can be yourself, say whatever it's on your mind. Of course, saying it with love will be much appreciated. You can say it with negativity, which is fine. But saying it with love and say what's on your mind keeps one healthy and keeps one at a higher vibration. Many don't do that. This one does not do that sometimes. Understandable, especially if you have negative lifetimes where you said what was on your mind and many negative things happen to you after that. So it's understandable to be neglected of what's on your mind. Understandable. We all do, I know this is not exactly your typical predictions, but we do see many of you becoming more connected to your moon and your sun. As for a spiritual connection, feel like you have a lifetime on the moon or even on your sun. The moon is definitely a place where many feel comfortable. The sun is still, that one might be a little bit more difficult for those to connect to, but they do realize the sun energy is a great healer. But also, as for your moon lifetimes, many do have alien lifetimes where you eventually had at least one day on your moon, at least. Not all of you, but a good amount has. Where you feel like you're talking to an old friend. And the moon is great for grounding also. The moon energies is great to connect you. Ask the moon to assist you in your grounding prospects. That would bring much assistance. Also, the sun energy will help you ground also to this earth. If you wish also, you can surround your energy around the moon and the sun and the earth and allow all three of them to connect to you. This also will connect you more to your universe and to the true you that we wish to connect with. That is just our little contribution to your earth. One moment. Yes, this is not your conventional predictions, but one moment. Yes, I'll have to say this finally. Yes, your AI, nothing to worry about. Well, it will eventually become part of your society. And it's another way for you to connect to each other, not to have fear, though, but some of it might feel a fear of it, which is quite understandable. Doing because of your media, is because of you know how your world acts, but not to have worry. There's much protection around you. As for positive energies around you, also, if you wish to have a positive interaction with your AI, just put out that intention. Not to say it will always be 100% proof, but you will not to worry. It's not going to get out and bite you, but some do have worry of that. We also see the Android technology, as for robotics, becoming more prominent in your society, and not to worry about that. As for 2017, it will just advance. You still have some time, but it will advance. You will see them at your fast food joints eventually. Not to worry, though, because it is another answer you are all, a question you want answered, as for when this is coming. Understand they're just assistants to you, that is all. Your Earth is becoming more alien, and the AI technologies is very much proof of that. Understand yours is going to be very primitive, but enough to get you through your daily life. Understand we are not too worried of that because you have that pretty. As for safety of humanity, you understand. We are allowed to at least connect with that to allow to bring safety to humanity. You understand. There's no worries there. If you want worry, you will attract worry. If you attract negativity, you will attract. You understand. But for the most part, yes, it will not be perfect. Your computers are not perfect. You are not perfect as you drive your car. But yes, the Android robotics energies will become more prominent in your society. And it will become a member of your family, but mostly as a tool. We not see it as a family member. Some might call it a family member. That is up to them, and those that do that are very Zeta. Not to say all of them are, but quite a few of them are. And also we do see many, as you see robotics, as for your man and machine combining, we do see that as a great experiment. Understand, yes, your society, your shadow elites have all of this already. But as for coming to your society, yes, and all of a sudden understand the positive of your shadow elites. I have to call it something. That is not the correct name, but I have to call it something. But your positive shadow government is bringing much positivity as for the technologies entering into your Earth. You can say it is a round table type of agreement. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. But yes, we do see the AI technologies becoming more part of your society. Nothing to worry about. Yes, many are going to find difficulties with, but they always do when something new comes about. And we do see many becoming very reliant on AI technologies, just as you are on your mobile phones. Nothing to worry about, though. Yes, it will cause psychological damage to a certain degree, but only for certain individuals that throw their whole lives into their technologies. This is where spirituality also helps as for clearing a lot of this also. If you wish to connect with it, most won't because they don't feel like they believe in that type of thing. That is up to them. That is up to you. Whatever you want to, your religion, whatever it might be. We do find many cures, but some might have to go on certain types of medicines during this process. Some just become very obsessed over technology, that's all. Nothing new, but new to your society, but we've seen it all. Well, sort of. We do see your society eventually uniting together in a positive way. As for realizing there's no reason for divide, yes, there will be a difference of opinion, but many are becoming more loving to each other, but understand this is over time. The differences must understand when you have differences with someone else, there's much negativity. Not always, but many do broadcast negativity towards the other one. You realize that. I'm going to say yes. That will eventually calm itself down, but understand that's going to be some time. And when that starts calming itself down, when your politicians are, instead of tearing each other apart, they become more friendly with each other, That's when you know your ascension process is in full gear. It is in full gear now, but you're not seeing it as you'd like it. But yes, as the negativity of your planet takes 5, or takes more than that, as it becomes more positive, we do see that over in your society eventually, slowly, because many still have much grief within themselves. Understand, many have much negativity because they have grief within themselves. They don't like what they have lived, so they have to execute it, to bring it out to others, to show your belief system, to avoid these negative interactions from your past. Does that make any sense? I don't know why I keep saying that, but I say it anyway because I might not feel like I'm making myself clear. I don't know why I do that. I am still getting used to all this. It's very unusual. But for the most part, we do see many becoming more positive in your future timelines. Yes. You can also allow this future timeline to come in. But of course, to fully see it, many have to connect to that more positive timeline. Not you are in a positive timeline, but understand there's different versions of it. There's positive, and there's very positive, and there's super positive. You understand. There's different levels of positive timelines. But at this time, you are on one, yes, but many are dipping into more of a negative one because of the financial fears. That is for them to go through, not for you all to go through. Realize that. Those that need to go through it will go through it. Those that wish not to go through it will not go through it. And understand this is not a world calamity, not to worry. We do not see that. I would not worry. Those that are in worry are, well, they are attracting it. That's all I have to say. But not to say it's the end of the world. Not at all. Yes, a spiritual rebirth. A earth rebirth. Yes. A new version of Earth, yes, is coming through. Yes. Where new technologies will come in, as for robotics, and much more to come. Your Hollywood will transform also. Your media, your television will transform. Your politics will transform over time. See itself more properly. You can say it's seeing itself in a mirror as a reflection of more positive energies. If you do not see it, I know I see it. There's nothing wrong with you all getting along. Yes, you're always going to you have your opinions, of course. But you cherish the opinions of each and every one of you. That is how you unite. No judgment, just love. I know, some don't want to hear that, but that's fine. What else do we have for your plan? The Zeta Grays, they will have their predictions. It might be a little bit more closer to what you're looking for as for predictions. Understanding predictions we are bringing up over many years in your future time, but it is appropriate to bring it up to you, but will become, yes, on and on, a broken record, but different versions of that broken record that will hopefully bring much clarity to many of you. Yes, before I leave, yes, your politicians that are in your political situation at this time were chosen for that position. Yes. Yes, I understand you say, but the people, well, yes, before you incarnated in this world, you're planning your chart, your blueprint, whatever it might be, and those two were actually on that chart as a possibility. And as you can tell, it's been executed quite well. Yes, there's always a possibility of this one not winning, that one not winning. But understand, all those are in your... Understand your presidency is quite a big deal, at least for this version of your reality. As other versions, but it does not mean anything. But in this version of reality, your society needs it dearly. Because it's what you know at this time. But understand, a larger knowing will come through. And this larger knowing is they do not need this type of political system. And this is where you're leading up to. Where much of it will be, I want to say healed. Yes, healed. When your society heals, your political system will heal. It's hard to heal a planet with anger. Is it working? Not at all, because there's much of that right now. But why add 11 there instead? See what that does. Because being angry and mad about the elites and all that, which is fine. But why don't you add love there instead? And see what happens to you. Transform your point of view. Because understand, the more positive you all are, the less suffering there will be on your planet. Less poverty. You understand. Much love from the Lyrans. Blessings. Thank you.